The reality is that love is always chaotic, painful, confusing, miserable, anyways, in one way or another. And it's also that it does not always work in one way or another. But that does not mean that love is not one of the most important, significant, powerful, defining, and indispensable components, elements, qualities, obviously inside of the human life itself, and also governing all life in general in one way or another, and not just the human beings but also in the animal kingdom. Love matters, alongside affection. Understanding, reciprocity is also there amongst themselves, obviously in different ways for different reasons, which we don't always notice, understand, or acknowledge because we're unwilling and unambitious and impassionate about our own relationships, friendships, qualities, expressions, ambitions. And we can't even acknowledge anything about the animals either. Love does not always work. That is the truth. That is the reality. And also, what is reality is that love certainly, and it has always been one of the most chaotic, difficult, dangerous forces inside of the human nature, governing the human psyche, psychology. But it is also one of the leading, most powerful, significant, imperative, and fundamental emotions and qualities for the human beings to have, that they can cultivate, and also within the human nature, without which life literally falls apart. The mind, the psychology loses its capacity for happiness, reciprocity, empathy, kindness, understanding, compassion. All those qualities can neither be cultivated nor enhanced nor grown if there is no love in ourselves, if we just don't love anyone, and if we don't love ourselves, and if there is no consistent person in our lives, then obviously we will lose all capacity for being compassionate, kindness, understanding, empathetic, anyways, because all these emotions somehow, somewhere are connected with the fundamental quality and the imperative necessity of love inside of and for the human beings. Now, that could be self love and also mutual love and reciprocity at the same time. But it's very important that we first develop and try to acquire and earn love, respect, admiration for ourselves individually on a personal basis. Because if we do not love ourselves, if we do not respect, admire ourselves, then the others will neither respect nor admire nor love us. If we want to be admired and acknowledged and obeyed by the others, first we will have to be able to govern ourselves. We must try to govern ourselves. We must love, admire, empathize with ourselves first, with our emotions, talents, merits, as well as our shortcomings, insecurities, demerits, by seeking recognition, acknowledgement, rectification, improvement over all the goods and bads at the same time. When we